Okay, so you found us. Welcome to the ForkNox CC podcast. This is episode 1, the very beginning. That's right, my friend. The kickstand is officially up, and thank the motorbike gods you're here for it. Now, before we hit that ignition button, I'm going to assume you like bikes, banter, and some good old tales from the tarmac. Great. Today, we've got a cracker to start things off. Our man Dave, who you'll quickly learn can talk the hind leg off a donkey, sits down with Dan Wharton, the legend behind True North.
Right then, well, we'll start off by saying welcome.
Thank you very much.
That's right, this is Dan, True North. So we'll start off with, how did you start True North?
Yeah, so True North all started with myself and the old boy, Grandad, we like to call him, still Steve Rawlins.
Right, sure.
He actually come to plaster my house, and he didn't have a bike at the time, and we were talking about obviously bike life and what it means to us, what it felt to us, mental health, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Become very close very quickly. We've got the same morals and principles. He actually went out and bought his Blue Hornet.
Right, nice.
And then from then, ride out together. We started going out, obviously riding out with different riding groups, going up to obviously Montford Bridge, Tidley, the Raven. Going to have a quick drink, going to have a blast, which cemented the friendship, the relationship.
Oh, that's good, that sounds. So how long have you actually been riding for yourself?
So riding myself since I've been riding off-road bike since I was probably 4 years old.
Right.
50cc Pooch.
Yes, yeah.
That was my first bike, and then it hasn't stopped, but legally on the road since I was 21, so that'll be 16 years.
Oh, nice. So I bet you've had some quite long journeys. I know you did that top and bottom not so long ago, but have you've done other things like that?
No, so the longest ride that I did before that was to go and look at a job down London.
Right.
And back.
Right.
So I was on my Harley, on my Sportster.
Nice.
And I literally just went down, measured the job and come back. So all in all, probably 4.5, 5 hours ride.
Ah, nice.
So
that's fair enough. Yeah, that's good distance, isn't it?
Not compared to what we did for bottom to
top.
top.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's bottom to top was very much a new challenge for us all. I don't think any of us did longer than 6 hours on a bike.
Yeah.
At that point.
So overall, since how long you've been riding for, over the years, what do you feel has like changed just in the 16 years that you've been riding? What you've seen?
As in what? As in bikes? As in
as in everything, like the bikes themselves, people who ride them, the different groups that are out there, the younger ones coming into it, or not so much coming into it.
Yeah. So that was another reason why I started True North. So when we all started riding, we all had our dads or uncles or granddads.
Yeah.
All
my uncle for me, yeah.
All part of the bikes. And I feel now that every man and his dog want to go and get a bike, go and get a 125 and be part of that, and something's lost.
Yeah.
I think that the bike life is kind of, it's in your blood, passed down in your genes.
Yeah, definitely.
And there's a lot that haven't got that, and I think that's where the danger aspect of it. People are dying.
Yeah.
Youngsters are dying.
Yeah.
Like I've just said, I was 4 years old riding bikes in the fields.
I mean, I suppose it's like the opposite to how I come into it, because I mean, like my uncle rides a bike, and but I've never been out with him.
Yeah.
But my dad doesn't ride a bike, and in fact, I was the first one to even drive a car in my family. Even my mum and dad didn't drive, so I had no experience. So, like you say, bringing people into it, I take my lad out on the back now, and he's obviously looking out, picking up things, and he wants a bike. But like, I've started a new generation within him for myself.
Well, the thing is, doing that builds a bond with you and your son.
Yeah, definitely.
And also, when he is ready to be on that road, he's looking for things before.
Yeah.
before
the
anybody even knows.
one thing we do in the car, I've seen it on Facebook as well, is we play a game of Spot the Biker. And so it gets him to look out for bikers all over the place. So then if he was to learn to drive as well, he's got that mentality that he's already spotting bikers.
Yeah,
and it just comes natural to him. And to be fair, he's pretty good at it. He's quite sharp-eyed, to be fair. He normally beats me in the car, but
yeah, that's what I think is the big change, to be fair. Well, no, that's one of the changes. That's why I want to be a riding group to where I can give them a safe space to harness them skills.
Yeah.
But also as well, like, so if you say I've been riding all my life, I want to harness my skills.
Yeah.
And I want to show people that even if you've only been riding for a couple of years and you pass your tests, you can still harness your skills.
Yeah,
you've been riding 40, 50 years, you can still harness your skills.
Oh yeah, it's all never-ending learning curve.
And that's what I'm trying to get to people. And if I can give people a safe spot to staggered ride, front runner, tail gunner, explain what all that means, why it's safer. If one person goes down, we don't leave them.
Oh, 100%.
That's one of our sayings. Is we ride together, get there together. You don't get left behind.
Yeah.
I suppose the other thing that's different is the bikes.
Yeah.
They're a lot quicker.
Oh god, yeah. And the technology on them is so advanced, isn't it?
Ridiculous. They're a lot quicker, and I've actually been trying to change or to add to CBTs.
Right.
I don't feel, with no experience whatsoever, 200 quid, a day's worth of riding.
Yeah.
Should mean you go on them roads.
Oh, 100%. I mean, like, some of them 125s, you're still doing 70, 80.
No, easy.
Yeah, easy, definitely. And they get there pretty damn quick as well.
Easy. And that's, so even like the top end, I think now, a lot of modern vehicles now, the top end is not there.
No.
When I was riding bikes when I was 21, you could get bikes that would do 170 plus.
Oh, yeah.
You can get that now, but there's a very small number of bikes that will get there now.
It's like the gentleman's handshake. They're all like capped at like 150, but getting there is really fast.
Oh, it's rapid.
Yeah.
It's absolutely rapid. Which is, it's good in a way, but again, it's the only three things you've got on a bike is your speed, the power, the brakes, and your capabilities.
Yeah, and your tyres on the road as well. If you buy, if it comes to you needing to do a certain manoeuvres.
Yeah, but I think when the shit hits the fan, it's speed, brakes, and your capabilities.
Yeah.
And the modern bikes now are fantastic for that, but they haven't got the knowledge.
Yeah. It's like
to use it.
I see what you mean. It's like with the cars as well. You could go in one of these modern cars and you feel like you're Lewis Hamilton or something. Yeah, you turn everything off. You can't handle it. It's the car that makes you look good. No. And it's the same with the bikes are starting to act that way as well, with all the extras and traction control and
it's
ABS.
A false sense of security.
Yeah,
that's what it is. Big time.
Because a bloke said to me, regardless of what bike you get, if you can, even if you buy a second-hand one in just a junk one, practice and see what it's like with no aids, no traction control, no ABS, none of this stuff. And he said, and then you try and do some of your manoeuvres, your emergency stops and everything without having all the electronics kick in for you. Yeah. And it's different. I went out, I borrowed my uncle's bike, and admittedly, I was filtering maybe a little bit faster than I should have been. The car moved over, I hit the brakes and just started skidding, and I was just, and it shits you up. Because there's nothing. Obviously, if you start skidding, what's happened? Your next port of call is going down. Luckily, I didn't. I let go and I just sort of carried on. But just shows how much my other bike has got all the electronics that keep me safe.
Yeah. I mean, I've tried to go down the route of changing the CBT. I've tried to reach out to people that obviously go and do the tests. Can they do anything to change? Can they put courses together where it's extra training? And the door's been shut every single time.
Yeah. How do you find about people who are moaning, saying the CBT has got too, like, what is it? Some people say that it's too much, and that other countries aren't doing.
Then you shouldn't be on the road.
Is that's yeah? How do you think of them?
They shouldn't be on the road.
Yeah.
It's it's like I've just said, I've got 37 years, well, 33 if you want to say, 33 years of experience, and I'm still willing to learn.
Yeah.
I know how dangerous that tarmac is.
Oh, God. Yeah, I bet you do.
And I don't want that to happen to anyone.
Yeah.
And I can hand on heart turn around and say that we've done over 100 ride outs this year so far. So
that's True North.
True North. Yeah, within True North. So that's 7 months. We've done over 100 ride outs.
That's good going. Very good going.
Not one person has gone down.
That's very good. Yeah.
And I can actually be I never say I'm proud of anything.
Yeah.
I'm proud of that.
Yeah.
That not one person has gone down, so I must be doing something.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
For
You've obviously got the right mentality that everybody knows.
Yeah.
It's not a race. This is just a ride.
No, we ride to the slowest rider.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't like riding at 50 mile an hour everywhere. Yes, it puts the time scales up massively. But
if you're teaching someone, you can do your faster rides other days, can't you? If it's helping that one person.
Yeah. So like Montford Bridge. So Montford Bridge, we'll all meet at Shawbirds petrol station at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
We'll all leave at 5:30. People say that's early. It is early. But the reason why I've set it for 5:30 is because it can take 40 minutes, 45 minutes to get from there with a 50, 125 cc.
Yeah, definitely.
Up to Montford Bridge.
Yeah.
So then when we get there, it's 6:30.
Yeah.
So it's 6:30 when we get there.
And then you've got to get back as well.
Got to get back.
Yeah.
So what I do is I will take everybody up to Montford Bridge in a pack, safe, front, rear, side gunners if need be. We don't stop the traffic. There's no need to stop the traffic.
Yeah.
And then on the way back, I get home in 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Because what I try to tell people is that time and place.
Yeah. But you also come across as the person, if someone asks you, Dan, can I come with you on the way back?
100%.
100%. Yeah, you come across that person. You
100%.
Just, yeah, but no, I need to get home early tonight.
No, I preach safety. Yeah. I preach getting home to your mom, dad, wife, children.
100%. It's got to be done.
But hand on heart, every time I've on a motorbike, I will break the law.
Yeah.
Because I'm a motorbiker. I have to pull the throttle back.
Yes.
Because it's my mental health.
Yeah. Oh, yes. 100%.
This is why we do it.
Yeah.
We like to feel the engine in the engine. We just like to go fast.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
And this is what I'm trying to tell the kids that, for instance, the first ride out, one of the first ride outs that we did, we had another riding group come with us, and one of the lads pulled the wheelie as soon as we come out of the petrol station. I didn't know this because I was at front of the pack. So as soon as we got to Montford Bridge, I obviously got hounded by 3-4 people pulling wheelies, doing this, doing that. And I said, okay, let me go and talk to him, sort it all out. And walked over to the lad, and he was laughing about it. And I just had an open conversation with him. I went, don't do it, kid. And I said, you're in a pack. You don't know who you're riding with.
Yeah.
They don't know you.
Yeah.
You think it's funny to do the wheelie.
Yeah.
Right, that's fine. You're on a 125, time and place. And he was wearing his riding hoodie.
Right.
So I said, if you want to be known for that, sweet, crack on. But I think it's stupid.
Yeah.
And I told him, I said, look, if you want to do it on the way home, if you want to do it out of the pack, you crack on.
Yeah.
You do it.
Yeah.
I'm probably one of the worst people to do that. But don't do it in a pack.
Yeah.
Don't do it with people.
Because like with your True North, like you say, you've got your knights, which are like the head of the group.
No, so this is where people are getting a bit confused with the knights.
Right, okay.
So the knights, they're my right hand men.
Yeah.
They're me.
Yeah.
But they're the same as everybody else.
Yeah.
I'm the same as everybody.
Yeah.
I don't want to put people on pedestals or anything like that. Or people knights are better than everyone else, because we're not.
Yeah.
We are just normal people.
Yeah.
Average Joes that love bikes and love the community.
Yeah. So you don't have so just so people know, so you don't have like a nights only ride out, or do you sometimes do that?
Because I think that the way that the nights kind of work for myself is they are me.
Yeah.
So because they preach what I want to preach, I also help them in what they want to do as well.
Yeah.
I fully support them. They are the go-to people for the mental health, the what's, the house, everything, the information.
So if one of them wanted to do something and it included riding out and you went with them, would you allow them to
100%.
take the front?
And
That's
do.
it. Yeah, So you literally, like you say, you're all the same.
So next week, we're going right to the wall.
Right.
Old boy Steve will be leading that pack.
Right. Okay.
And we won't be wearing hoodies. We won't be wearing True North gear. Because it's all about right to the wall.
Yeah.
It's all about honouring them people on that day.
Yeah.
Funeral runs.
For those people who don't know what Ride to the Wall is, I'll try and get Mark to put something up on the screen so you can actually see it.
Thousands of bikers from across the UK come together each year, united in respect, to roar their way to the National Memorial Arboretum. It's more than the ride. It's the moments of silence, the shared stories, and the overwhelming sense of community. Ride to the Wall reminds us all of the importance of gratitude and remembrance, with every mile carrying meaning. If you would like to get involved, check for details in the description. Talking of getting involved, why not drop a comment and share how riding helps you with your mental health?
Yeah. And it's funeral runs. We won't wear True North gear.
Yeah, no, that's respected.
Because it's about them.
Yeah.
It's got nothing to do with us at all.
Yeah.
And I make that quite fun.
I get that 100%. I've seen people who have they're doing certain therapies and stuff like that. Someone's ill in hospital and they try and come into hospital and start preaching. It's just like you're preaching at the wrong time, the wrong place. Just let this person get better. It's not about your job. And like you say, you've got respect. It's not about True North. This is about a person who's sadly lost their life and they're doing a funeral.
We can do good within True North and promoting True North without promoting through loss.
Yeah, 100%.
And
to be fair, that's a bit cheap if you were to try and do that on through someone's loss, to try and promote yourselves through someone's loss.
It does.
But also,
then you have got a lot of big charities that do that.
Yes,
And this is what I'm trying to bring back the old ways.
Yeah.
The respect, the morals and stuff, and it's silly little things. We're all about giving back.
Yeah.
And it's very rare that we take.
Yeah.
Or ask, can you help?
Yeah.
The only time that we did do that was bottom to top.
Yeah.
And I wanted to aim it at local businesses for helping local people.
Yeah.
So I didn't even go to people and go raffle this off, do this, do that, donate this amount. It was I hit businesses.
Yeah.
And it was a set amount, and if people want to go give us more, fantastic.
Yeah.
And through that, we managed to raise, I think it was just under $5,000 in about 6 weeks. But it was quick, it was sharp, and that's where I wanted to keep it. I didn't want to keep banging on about money.
Oh God, yeah.
And I don't want it to be about money, but unfortunately, money makes the world go round.
Well, that's it, isn't it? I mean, one of my pet hates is when people say, "Well, money isn't everything." Well, unfortunately,
it does make the world go round.
Yeah, precisely. It is everything. That's how the whole world moves on.
But that's what I was leading on to as well. So we just want to give back. We don't want to take.
Yeah,
it's just give back.
Because at the moment, the world is sort of a consumable. Everybody wants to consume something,
and this is where
like you say, you want to go back old style, where you're actually helping the community.
Yeah.
I mean, where I live, in the street I live, there's probably 2 neighbours out of about 30 houses. I don't even know the others. I don't even know them, and it's just like you say, years ago, you would know everybody in that street and like your little village that you live in or anything. It has lost a little bit, hasn't it?
It's not a little bit; it's a lot.
Well, yeah.
I mean, we're here at Dragon Soul. In Dragon Soul, and
which is a brilliant place, by the way.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
and Nat and Alex are just family.
Yeah.
So when I first met Nat and Alex, they were struggling, and they didn't know the bike life, the communities.
Yeah.
They didn't even know what they've got here.
Yeah.
They just thought they were a little coffee shop. So I come in, and obviously I helped them with different riding groups, coming down to bike nights. I've helped them by obviously bringing True North in, and they always kept saying to me, "What do you want?" Because you can't just be giving,
Right.
and I'm like, nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing at all. I mean, I've done it with yourself as well.
Yeah. 100%.
It's like you need to be promoting Dragon Soul, not True North.
Yeah.
Promote Dragon Soul, T-shirts, cups, everything. Dragon Soul, Dragon Soul, Dragon Soul.
Yeah. Because people could have easily, like someone else could have easily said, "Oh well, give us this, give us that, and then again, it's that I want consumable, like I want everything,
And it's just cake.
and then before you know it, it's like you haven't got to where. Well, they haven't got to where they wanted to be because they've been too focused on giving someone else something, and it's just like, unfortunately, you've once put lucky someone like you and stuff. Everything that happens,
I just think it just needs to change, and it's when people are receiving good. I think it's a sorry state of affairs when they sit back and they think he must want something.
Yeah,
and they've got to watch me.
Yeah,
for. There must be an ulterior motive.
Yeah,
you just don't want to do good. That doesn't happen anymore, and I think that's very sad.
Yeah.
I mean, we spoke about it. You doing a podcast?
Yeah, 100%. First guest
when we first, when I was first going to Montford Bridge.
Yeah.
And everybody was kicking off that I was taking over Montford Bridge.
Yeah.
And I turned around and went, "I'm not taking over Montford Bridge.
Yeah.
Montford Bridge will always be Montford Bridge."
Yeah.
But every Tuesday, True North will be here. Yeah. If mental health issues, motorbike issues, you just want to come and see us, meet us, whatever, we can be here. I did all the right things. I asked for permission.
And that's another thing. That's a big thing as well. Asking for permission.
Yeah, it's respect.
Because a lot of people nowadays, they don't see. They just think, "Oh, well, we're in the corner." They don't realise how big they can get so quickly. Yeah. Before you know, they are trying to take over, and then you think, "Hang on, I didn't want the person who owns it. Like, I didn't want this." And before they know it, they're stuck in a situation where it's like asking permission is just such a big thing as well.
100%. And it's just about being respectful across the board. And I think at the start of Montford Bridge, there was a lot of people that, well, bigger than Montford Bridge, there was a lot of people hating on True North.
Right.
For the first 2-3 months.
Just because it was something new, something like they didn't all know about it.
Something new, and people feel very entitled to something.
Yeah.
Like they own it.
Yeah.
And I very quickly nipped it in the bud, and I'm like, True North will always be True North. I want True North. Montford Bridge will always be Montford Bridge. I want my kids to know what Montford Bridge is.
Yeah.
I want my kids to know what Tiddley is.
Yeah.
I want to know what the Raven is. Quat Calf, all the places where I grew up.
Yeah.
I want my kids.
Yeah.
But people were very quick when we were trying to take over. I am not about that taking over. I'm about my own separate entity, giving back and helping everybody individually reaching their goals. And when you approached me about doing the podcast, I was 100% into it.
Yeah, you were.
I was 100%. Like, great, fantastic. It needs to be done.
Yeah.
Because you as a person, we spoke about it a couple of weeks ago. You as a person, a fantastic face for doing it.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
But you're already doing it.
Yeah.
Recording it.
Yeah. I mean, you send me. I will talk to everybody. In fact, I'm quite known for talking. And you see people like just edging away, and you think, Dave, please shut up! I've got to go home. It's just like, but yeah, I will talk until the cows come home.
Yeah. But
as they say. But
that's what needed.
Yeah, you need something like that. Because like, if you just stood there and go, well, you don't have much of a conversation on doing any of this, are we? So. No,
but that's how it started.
Yeah.
And this is why I said that you're fantastic for the podcast.
Yeah, well, thank you very much. Because you're quite confident, inspiring as well. You give people confidence, like you say, like you're giving all. You are literally giving all the time. You give me confidence to even do this. I'm like, if you had said, I don't know, I just wouldn't have even bothered.
Well, I appreciate that. I mean, I've had to learn very quickly. With obviously this, because before this, I never put my face in the camera once. At all. I was just fitting floors. I was always trying to help and to give back. Last Christmas, I was giving away free floors to people that needed help. And I was always trying to find a way to help people with whatever I could, and it just never materialised. And then obviously when True North came about, enough was enough, and I had loss over Christmas. Steve had loss over Christmas. So then I thought, you know what, sod it. let's see what we can do. And that's when I started putting the nights together. And the nights I picked individually for their character.
Right.
Their character, their capabilities, and I love them a bit.
Yeah.
I genuinely do.
Yeah. I know we've mentioned about the knights, but what do they? I know you said they're part of you. They're like an extension of you. But what does it mean to be a knight? Like, how does other people not necessarily not necessarily wanting to become a knight, but how do people well? Is it gold?
Yeah. So to recognise the knight in True North, it is gold trim.
Right.
And it is the emblem on the left arm. So if you see anybody with gold trim, an emblem, they are a knight within True North.
Right.
There is 9 knights, and I love every single one of them individually. But the knights, the nuts and the crux of it is they're protectors.
Right. Okay.
They're just protectors.
And that's of everybody.
Yeah.
That's
100%.
Nice.
They will give you the last tenner, the last breath. I wouldn't choose them for a knight if they're not protected. The knowledge that they can give. Some of them put financial funds. They fix bikes for people. Mental health. They pick up mental health.
Yeah. So I know again with True North, mental health is a big one as well that you like
huge,
supporting.
massive. I mean, so the mental health side of it, that was my passion.
Yeah.
I've got mental health issues, struggles. I've overcome them. We still obviously work on it daily. I don't think anybody that actually has mental health issues just deals with that, just sorts it, and that's it.
Yeah. I mean, like an alcoholic, you're always going to be an alcoholic. You just won't be drinking or anything, but you'll always have something. Like, because you could go years and not have, and then something could trigger it again. So,
100%.
Like you say, you've always got to be working.
Well, it is them demons.
Yeah.
And what I say to people is, I make friends with my demons.
Right.
I have conversations with my demons. I am who I am. I am that demon.
Yeah.
I am. There's 2 sides to me.
Yeah.
And that's how I go through life.
Yeah.
But then obviously the other side of True North is Steve. Steve's a vet.
Yeah.
We will give back as much as we possibly can to vets.
Yeah.
They're going through a massive struggle at the moment.
Yeah.
And they need to be supported.
Unfortunately, I do see a lot of more and more younger ones not so much supporting the veterans of where we live.
Understand.
No, and I don't think maybe it's not taught in schools now with a lot of the changes that go on with different cultures. Maybe it's just only momentarily mentioned, but not actually gone through as much as we used to have it, and know about it more and more.
I can be perfectly honest about it. I don't understand it.
Yeah,
I've only learned through Steve.
Right.
And meeting Steve's regiment and people there, and Steve's friends, family.
Yeah.
And it's a generation thing.
Yeah.
It's same with the bikes. It's all being lost.
Yeah.
Last year, Steve gave me the honour of riding with him to the Arboretum, to the walk. And you're standing there, and you've got 6,500 veterans or people supporting veterans. It is an absolute honour to stand there.
Yeah.
And when you start hearing the stories, the brotherhood, the camaraderie, and all that.
Yeah, it sends a shiver down your spine. There's a couple of people I work with. They've been in the Army, Air Force, Navy, and stuff like that, and they're much older than I am. And some of their stories, you're just like, you're different breeds. They're different. They are literally a different breed of people.
But they're a different breed, and they still get up every single day.
Yeah, and go to work
and make a difference.
Yeah.
And they don't know the transition from being in the army to city life.
Yeah.
And then a bit controversial, but then you get people that are whinging and moaning that, I don't know, their benefits haven't gone in on the same day.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, these lads didn't have the benefits.
No.
They fought for the country, come out of it, and they had to learn that they had to wait for a dentist or a doctor's appointment.
Yeah. But also, they wouldn't have wanted the benefit. A lot of them, they don't like that. They hate handouts.
No.
Yeah. They want to.
Old boy Steve at the moment.
Yeah.
He's he will not spend a penny on himself at all.
Yeah.
He hated the fact. So he did the walk at Normandy.
The what?
Walk at Normandy.
Right. Okay.
So he walked, marched 70 miles.
Right. Fair play.
So he was away for a week. So I was going to nick his bike and change his exhaust.
Right.
As a surprise for him. That went into nicking his bike, completely stripping his bike, wrapping it, new stickers, new exhaust, servicing it, fixing everything on it that needed to be fixed before he got back. I knew that he would hate it because someone's gone out their way, spent money for him. And I still know to this day he hates it. But he also respects it and loves what we did for him.
It bonds you as well, doesn't it?
I love it to bits. I would do that, and he would do anything for myself as well. And that's what the riding group is been about. Like the nights are tight. We do go out by ourselves. We do our meetings by ourselves about which way we're going to go if there's any issues. In October, we're going to go out and have a night stay.
Right, nice.
So we're going to go have a few drinks, a bit of food. I think if we can keep us, because
you've got to keep you bonded as well. You can keep yourselves
bonded. But what people don't realise is how much we take on. So we need to look after ourselves and do buddy checks. And that's when we can do buddy checks. And
because if you've got everybody around you, you're too busy looking out for everybody else. That then you're thin on the ground. Like you said, how many people join True North now? How many people?
So there is 420, I think.
That's a big group, isn't it? A big group of people to be in charge of.
And we're quite particular about who comes onto the group. And it's simple little things like if they don't answer the questions on the front of the page, they won't come on. We have to safeguard. Obviously, we've got vulnerable women on the page.
100%.
So we safeguard that as well. So fake profiles, they won't come on. We've actually declined probably more than what was actually on the page.
Well, I don't understand that. If you're going to be a person who wants to join the group and you want to interact with the group, why are you not like? And I know some people are just like that, and maybe they're just safeguarding themselves. But in that case, why don't they go up to one of you?
But again, that could be the confidence issue. We have had instances where we have had that, and people have been sat on the wall for 3-4 months.
Right.
And then they've gone, I finally plucked up the courage to come out of it.
Right.
And then when they do, they're like, I wish I did this months ago. But that's why when I do the videos, I make my number known. So if anybody wants to call me at any point, they can. 2, I've always offered if they are scared to come to ride outs, bike nights, we will come to pick you up. Or one of us will come and pick you up, face-to-face conversation. So I try to cover every single avenue.
I mean, even myself, I said to you that for some reason, anxiety-wise, is a big thing with me, and I get anxious about going out in groups. I love riding and like the mental health side of it because I've gone going through a bit of it as well, like I told you. But even if it's just like anywhere from 5 minutes to 5 hours, just getting out and then just having that quick blast, you do sense that you just clear your head. It's like you're blowing, or the wind is blowing everything out. You're literally blowing everything away, and you're just sort of resetting yourself just by having that 5-minute blast.
Well, I put a quote up on my social media the other day. And it actually hits home quite hard, to be honest. And it'll hit home to people that are core motorbikes. And the quote goes like, for a motorbiker, it's hard to admit. Every time there's been a time in your life when you've been on a motorbike and you've not wanted to come back.
Right.
You've got it straight away. So you have that thought, it could be a ride that your mind's not in the right spot, and you want to put that motorbike into a wall. You want to put that motorbike into the front of that car and just swerve into it. But for some unknown reason that only core motorbikers can tell you, you settle. You just start to feel the engine, you start to feel the gear, and you just can't. No one can explain it apart from people that have actually done it. Like me talking about it now, I've got chills in the back of my head. Because I've been in that position quite a few times.
Have you?
Oh yeah.
Sorry to hear that.
Well, that's my process. There's been a lot of times where I've had to just pin that throttle back and not come off it. But I will settle. Whether that's 5-10 minutes, half an hour, 45 minutes, but I will settle. And this year with obviously life starting True North. I didn't have a bike for 3 months, and I didn't have a bike. I haven't got a bike now.
Yeah.
This affects me. It
Yeah.
does affect me.
Yeah.
And even though people have given me bikes to go on,
Yes.
and I'm massively grateful for that because it's
Yeah.
given me the opportunity to ride loads of different bikes. It's still not my bike.
No, I mean, out of the short period of time that I've been riding, I do sort of understand that. I feel like I've had the one bike that I've got now. I've had it for like 5 months, and I feel that I'm knowing it, and I know like if there's like little knocks and bangs. Whereas if you're riding someone else's bike, I'm like, should it be doing that? Am I too hard on it? Am I not hard enough? How is it being ridden?
But this is what I'm going back to, like the proper motorbiker. That's core. It's in your blood. It's in your DNA.
Yeah.
The bike's got a soul.
Oh yeah.
And the new generation see the bike as something cool, something to be a hooligan on, to look cool, to be a YouTuber.
Yeah.
The bike's got a soul.
Yeah. Mind you, some of the new ones, I'm finding they're slightly losing it because maybe too many electronics are taking over.
But even you can still bond with the motorcycle.
Oh yeah, you can bond with it.
But I think it's the mentality.
Yeah.
When I did bottom to top, I didn't have my bike.
Right.
So my mate's wife, Sarah, one of my nights, she lent me a speed triple. I was cacking my pants because I didn't ride it, never rode it, and I was going to jump on it, and I was going to do 2,500 miles.
That's it. Yeah. A big thing.
And and I did half of it dressed as Spider-Man as well to add to it as well.
Yeah.
So when I jumped on it, and I give it half an hour, I instantly bonded with it.
Yeah.
And even now, and it sounds stupid and whatever, when I see that bike, I go up and give it a hug.
Yeah.
And I bonded with that bike.
Yeah.
We went through a lot in that 2,500 miles.
Yeah.
And
I mean, if I was to put motorbikes into an animal category, they're like dogs. You bond so much with a dog, and it literally is like your best mate. If you like, I know some people have some of the fancy backpacks, but very few and far between, and it is literally like you're taking your dog with you always when you're going. Then that's how I feel anyway. Like when you're going out on your bike, you're going out with like your best buddies type of thing.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Very much so. It's got a soul, and I suppose it's got a soul if you let it.
Yeah.
And it will protect you.
Yeah.
As well from a lot of things, and you'll only get that when you're on that bike and you're going through something.
Yeah.
Even when I've been running the pack and sorting through Norfolk, I still.
See how you say like running the pack? It's like that dogs, wolves, dogs. There's like that sort of
100%. And it is. It's pack mentality.
Yeah.
And again, the feeling, I've got chills in the back of my head. When we did bottom to top and we come back, all our comms were connected. Right. So we could talk, we could chat, we could do what we needed to do, right? It
was just silence.
It was silence, but there was Dale on the left-hand side, there was Steve on the right-hand side, and there was Scott in the back. Right. For the best part of 500-600 miles, we didn't talk. But it was like we were linked. The bikes were in one. And it was perfect. And it was again chills in the back of the neck. We were so in sync for what we've been through. If I turned up the throttle, eased off the throttle, they did. And they did it instantly.
It's almost like just by twisting the wand, they did it.
They knew it. Automatically. Automatically. And that's what got me through that. Was it just the pack mentality, and again, that's the the pack mentality.
No, that's brilliant. That is. Have you got any stories during the bottom to top? Anything happen? Any funny things?
Oh yeah, there's loads funny things.
Gone.
He's probably not going to forgive me for this one.
Here we go.
So, Scott Ebson.
Right.
So, I love Mr. Epson's bits. He goes through so much on a daily basis, but yet he his light is everyone else's light.
Right.
We've been through a massive ordeal in the day.
Right.
Steve lost his phone. Matt had a puncture, so we had to leave Matt behind. We had to get up early to go to Land's End. The weather was shit. It was terrible. You couldn't see your hand in front of your face, so I had to leave the park. Got them through it. We're all tired. We're all wet. We're all obviously cold.
Were you in your Spider-Man uniform as well?
No, so I put the hoodie on for that.
Yeah.
So with the local businesses, part of the deal was that I promoted you all the way through with the hoodies. Yeah. And we obviously lost Matt with his tyre, which massively upset me, to be honest.
Yeah. When you say leaving behind, that's not you just buggered off.
Everything
was all
everything
set.
All sorted. Breakdown cover was coming. But we knew that was an option because the timing. To get from the bottom to the top in obviously that time. And then once we realised that Matt was okay, we realised that Steve left his phone at the services before him.
Right.
And Steve was going through something at home and he needed his phone.
Right.
So we lost 3 hours and went back and went and got it. Thankfully we got it.
Yeah, thank God.
But everything happened for a reason then. So everything negative, there was positive that went in that as well. If Matt didn't stop and got a punch in that tyre, we would have been halfway at the top of the punch. We wouldn't have been able to go and get his phone. So positive, negative. So obviously carried on. It was a hard slog, I'm not going to lie. It was every 2 hours. Got up there, and as soon as we got up in Scotland, weather turned. It was shit. It was dangerous. We got to a point where we were skating. We got soaked.
Ass puckering a bit, didn't they?
Oh, massively. And it got to the point where everything was wet. Waterproof, weren't doing jack shit. Weren't doing nothing. Old boy Steve, bless him, he ain't got a lot of body fat on him. He was freezing cold. I knew it was getting dark, it was just getting wetter and wetter and wetter. And Mr. Scott Ebson thought, you know what, fuck it, I need a piss. So he stood up on his bike and he just fucking had a piss.
Fair enough.
He said, I'm cold, I need to be warmed up. And fuck it, he just was enough to have a piss.
Fair enough.
And then we had to go and find fuel. So I went and pulled over fuel, and bless Steve the boy, he just lost his shit. He's just right, that's it, enough's enough. It's dangerous, fucking stupid. And the only reason why he did that is because he knew that I'd listened. Because I was that focused on getting to the top. But then you got Scott dancing in the background, going, "Come on, man, it'll be all right. Let's do this, let's do that." And Scott. So luckily, we managed to find a hostel.
Right.
So found a hostel. Got Steve into the hostel, and I'm not going to lie. Me being so focused, I was going to leave him.
Right.
I was going to leave him. I was going to do it by myself. I had 4 hours left, and I just talked to the missus about it, and she just went, "Why? Like, you've achieved so much already, just go and get your head down for 2 hours, let the weather pass, and then you'll be fine." And I was like, right, okay. And then also what stopped me was it wasn't fair on the boys. They've been through that with me as well. It wasn't fair on the boys. So we made an agreement that Steve, it was too much for Steve, he needed to get his head down, warm back up. So we literally, the hostel gave us a big industrial tumble dryer to use. So we literally chucked everything in tumble dryer. Got that dry.
There's nothing worse than having to put wet.
Well, this is the beauty of what was happening next. Was that obviously we got our head down for 2 hours, let the weather pass. We're thinking, sweet, everything's going to be dry. Everyone got ready, me, Dale, Scott, and I knew that I had a clean pair of socks, clean pair of boxers. So got ready, piss wet through in the bag. So it's literally my socks and my boxers just dripping wet. Everything else was dry, apart from obviously my boots. And yeah, that didn't feel nice.
No.
We left. It was frost on the floor. Left early doors.
Yeah.
Frost on the floor. Average speed camera 60 mile an hour for about 90 miles.
Right. Yeah.
So we were freezing. Pulled over in a lay-by. And again, Mr. Scott Petson. He was bouncing around like a fucking Energizer bunny. Me and Dale were miserable. We were cold. We were on nakeds. He had full screen, full bed
he's
bike.
got a big BMW,
Yeah,
hasn't
he has, yeah, bless him. So he was Mr. Prima Donna. And we literally pulled over just to put all our clothes on.
Yeah.
Pulled the clothes on. We were like, right, let's see how we're going to get to Inverness, see how we feel.
Yeah.
We're just about to leave, and Scott was dancing on his bike. So he danced on his bike, and his bike just flipped.
Right.
Bike landed on top of him. He set his airbag off, and he's fucking lifeless on the floor.
Oh shit.
So me and Dale jumped off the bikes, ran over to him, grabbed him, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm all right." I'm like, "Fucking move then."
He just literally not moving.
Just didn't move. But out of embarrassment. And he was in shock as well that his airbag went off.
Right.
So we got his bike off him, got him up, and I'm like, "Right, boys, this is stupid now."
Yeah. Do you think that was like everything combined?
This was. We had to get to Inverness to get fuel.
Yeah.
Because we couldn't go back.
Yeah.
Because the fuel station wasn't, so we had to get to Inverness.
Right.
So I turned around to the Scott and Dale. I was like, right, this is it now. It's getting fucking stupid. This is ridiculous. I'm not risking your lives for it.
Yeah.
Inverness fuel back home.
Yeah.
As soon as I said that, the sun broke. Literally, as soon as I said it, the sun broke.
Yeah.
And something changed in my head. I was like, yeah, we're going to do this.
Yeah. Nice.
I felt the heat on the sun. We got to Inverness, mint, and I was like, come on then, right, took all the wet gear off, the sun was out, and I have never driven or rode on a road so awesome in my life.
Oh, nice.
And the sense of achievement of getting to John O'Groats.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
After achieving all that.
Yeah.
My phone got water in it as well, so nobody knew where I was.
Right,
so everyone was tracking me on Live 360.
Yeah.
Got there, the photos, I had phone calls with the missus and everything, managed to charge the phone up. Everything was right. And on the way back, I said to the boys, I said, I'm sorry, I'm riding this road.
Yeah.
I got the coast on my left, I got the cliffs in front of me, and I got the fields to my right.
Oh, brilliant.
And I give it hell for leather. The boys turned around and went, yeah, ride your own ride, you do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Scott doesn't ride hard.
Right.
So Dale does, with myself. So as I'm going for it, next thing I know, fucking Scott's come blasting past me. And it's exactly the same mentality.
Yeah.
And we had a decent ride for a good half an hour, 45 minutes.
Yeah. Just free.
Oh,
free.
Yeah. And I take that memory with me for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
And then we picked old boy Steve back up, and then that was it. Just fucking locked in.
Oh, nice.
Absolutely locked in. Met all the boys up in the services. And then the rest of True North Roaders in. And a lot of 125 Roaders rode.
Yeah. No, I was seeing that. If I can, we'll try and get some photos together. We'll put it up as well.
Yeah.
Some clips as well. That's really cool.
Mate, that'd be absolutely wicked.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, we're just trying to. There's big things coming next year. Huh?
I'm not going to get arrested for false imprisonment, but I'm going to lock the door.
Okay.
That's sound, mate. That's sound.
How long you got until you go? 5-10 minutes?
Yes, I'll be off in about 5. So
Okay.
Alex is here anyway. So
Yeah, no, that sounds. That sounds.
I'll just let you know. You see me locking it.
That's all right. That's all right.
That's so. No, there's big things coming for True North next year. This year has put the name out there and what we're about.
Yeah.
Next year will be us perfecting that.
Yeah. Nice.
We're not going to do bottom to top next year. We're going to do north, south, east, west.
Yeah. Sounds.
So True North compass.
Yeah. Again, are you doing it as just nights, or is anybody?
No,
Are you doing
everybody.
it as anybody and everybody?
And that's the
welcome?
whole reason why we're doing north, south, east, west.
Right. Yeah.
So a lot of people were saying that bottom to top is massive, huge. Well, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
They're like, well, can we do it over 2 days? No. You do it over 1 day, because that's the whole point of it.
Yeah.
But I said, tell you what we'll do is we'll do east to west.
Yeah.
That's half the distance. But you still get the feel of putting yourself under a bit of pressure.
Yeah.
And also different roads.
Oh god, yeah,
because you're going from country roads, country lanes, to doing 120 mile an hour on the motorway, and then obviously cruising speeds for long periods of time as well, 80, 90 mile an hour. We were going at pace. So what I mean by pace is 15 to 20 mile an hour over speed limit. And then obviously when you get into Scotland, if you catch me. And then obviously in Scotland, the roads are stunning, they're beautiful.
I've been wanting to do the
NT500. But the last leg from Inverness to John O'Groats is the last leg of the NT500. And it's stunning. It is absolutely stunning. And there'll be loads of things within True North. So if somebody that's just started riding that says, "Dad, I really want to do the NT500 next year, but I've got no confidence in it," I'd be like, "Okay, well, what will get you confidence in it?" Well, if maybe 5 or 6 of you can get together and do this and a bit of long training, well, I'll put it together. And we'll do it.
Fair play.
This month, I'm going to start. Next month, October. I'm going to start introducing nighttime rides.
So
that'll get everybody to start getting used to nighttime rides.
And that's a completely different feel as well.
100%.
Completely different feel. Once you got, I mean, I do ride in the dark. I'm not as keen as obviously anybody would be. And it's like I drive a car as well, and it's completely. You don't realise how much different. You think, I've been in the car. You've got lights. It's completely different on the
very
bike.
Different doing high speeds. They come on you very quickly.
Oh
very
god,
quickly.
And
you cannot see grit on the road. You can't see.
No,
not at all.
You have to be focused.
Oh yeah.
It's not something you would muck about with. No. Especially in a group as well. Be even more.
Very much so.
Yeah.
And that's also a task for myself.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never done group riding before. I've never started a group before. The most I've ever gone out probably 7 people.
Right.
So literally everything from the ground up has been new to me. And I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed the challenge. The nighttime rides, we're not stopping riding. So even though there'll be the end of season, we'll carry on riding.
That's another thing. That would be a good one as well, because a lot of people they are like what they call like fair weather riders, and they might not. In this country, you can't really not be, but it'd be good to learn as well, like different conditions, and you know what it's like over it. It could change the drop of a hat. You could be going through 3 different not emotions, but
weather conditions. I mean, people don't understand. So it's the same thing. The way that I tell people is, if you change your sets of tyres, you've got to learn that bike again. If you change the tyres, makes, whatever, you've got to learn to ride that bike again.
Oh, 100%.
But people don't get that.
Yeah.
And they don't know the capabilities of that tyre, that bike.
Yeah.
Until they push that limit.
Yeah. Because I mean, like, you might have a slick for summer riding, and then you're like hair assing around. You change it to a winter tyre, and then you have one sunny day and try to do the same. It's not going to respond the same way as that other one did.
No. I mean, I had to learn it through doing a track day.
Dan,
all right, mate.
Yeah. See you again soon.
You shall, mate. Honestly, thank you.
Yeah, nice to meet you, mate.
Cheers,
bud.
Dan, thank you. Yeah, I had to learn it. I've never rode in wets before,
right? And
I got offered to do a track day.
Hang on.
Right. Okay.
So I'm not going to turn down the track day.
Yeah.
So I went down and it was on wets, and I'm not going to lie, I went out with the novices. No, I'm good, thank you, mate. I went out with the novices because never done track day before. Never done the wet before, so they put me in with them. And I was going around, obviously feeling the tyres a little bit, and I'm like, this feels normal. Shouldn't feel like this. And I very quickly started overtaking everybody. And the front runner was on a BMW 5 and I was on a ZX 5.
Right.
And we started having a bit of a play. We started to have push, and I started to push. I didn't obviously overtake him. And when we went back into the hangar, he just said, "How many track days have you done?" I went, "None." And he just went, "Like, how many years have you been riding?" And I went, and I just told him. And he was like, "Yeah, you're coming out with the advance."
Right,
Really?
Right.
Yeah. and because they intermediate, no, novice, intermediate, and advanced. There wasn't enough intermediate and advanced, so they put us all together.
Right, nice.
So when we went out, I was watching what they were doing, what their bikes are capable of, and then right, well, this is what. Let's see what this can do.
Yeah.
We were doing 120, 130 mile an hour around these bends, getting up to stupid speeds, and it was fun.
Yeah,
it was really fun.
Nice.
But it's showing me what the wets can do.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm trying to do with obviously the True North side of it.
Yeah.
Is that if I can help you show your bike's capabilities, the tyres capabilities, it makes them safer.
Oh God, yeah. And that's true. It would be really good, because I can only imagine there's nothing worse than if you don't know it and you go down, and then then you're wrecking your bike.
Well, half the time people go down because they don't know.
Yeah, precisely. You go down just from one little mistake, that just by doing something like that, you could have changed the whole outcome of it. Yeah. And knowing it,
and it's not worth it.
No, not at all.
It's not worth it at all.
No.
I love my bikes, and they will always be a part of it. But every time I cut my leg over it, I know that I'm not coming, or might not come back. Yeah. And that's if you ride pristine.
Yeah.
Someone could take you out.
Oh, easy. I mean, we're all so vulnerable on bikes, and in a way, sometimes it doesn't matter of size either.
No.
Because I've seen like massive BMs and Goldwings just as much as the 125s. So yeah, we're all in that same boat.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, I love big bikes.
Yeah.
And I love riding fast. But I will say what I say with the 125s. 50cc shouldn't be on the road.
No.
See you later, bud. 50cc shouldn't be on the road.
No, but they shouldn't be restricted. That's for sure. They shouldn't be restricted.
Well, I just don't think. Again, it goes back to that being a 16-year-old.
Yeah.
Mentality.
Yeah. Being able to de-restrict it with the 2 strokes.
Yeah.
I mean, some of them did like 50, and I think that's all right.
But for me, it's the pull off.
Yeah.
It's the wind and go right when I'm pulling off.
Yeah.
That's dangerous.
Yeah.
And again, this mentality of 16-year-olds now, I don't think they should be on.
Yeah.
And I will go the other side of the scale. 1,000 cc's and above. Why? I love them, and I admire them and everything. But where are you going to do 1,000 cc speeds on these roads, UK roads?
But that's true. Like I said in my other podcast, like that Kawasaki Ninja H2.
Oh, that's phenomenal machine.
Yeah, brilliant machine. But really, where are you going to use it?
Before I bought the Fat Bob, I was going to buy a Panigale Street Fighter V4.
Right.
They were my option.
Different bike.
Yeah, completely.
Yeah.
And I ride my bikes hard.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what it is, I ride them hard. And I booked today at Ducati to go and ride it. Went out, got it, took it out. Half an hour, I brought it back.
Yeah.
And I had it for the day. And he said, "Do you like it, mate?" I went, "I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
I'll be dead in 2 days." He said, "Well, I'll tell you what, go on the V2 then." The V2 was just as bad.
Right.
Nowhere near as fast, but I beat 1,000 RR and I beat a Porsche 993.
Right.
Why?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I know what I will do if I've got it.
Yeah.
Why? So I just went no, and that's why I went with the Fat Bob.
Yeah.
Because you've got the pure power, you've got the pure grunt. 130 mile an hour.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
And that's fine with me. I just don't see, and the roads are shit. They're terrible.
But that's 100%. Yeah. There's no question about that. And like the potholes and everything. I mean, the last thing you want to be doing, and like the way that the councils and stuff go about doing things, you can have a shitty pothole in a side road. You can also have like the fucking bypass or some country lane, and that's really where you don't want it. You don't want to be going up that bypass and then you start like 130, 140, whatever it is that you happen to be doing allegedly. What's correct? Going.
Yeah.
You don't want to.
No,
I see where you're coming from.
that was one thing I was going to ask you. What do you think the state of the bike nights are at the moment within Shropshire?
Oh, that's a good one. That is,
because I've watched it since
I think
5 years. There's something changed this year.
Yeah, this is from what I've seen personally, I think little things that everybody seems to got a little bit clickier and less and sort of more separated.
Right.
So you, like sort of just no one. There's the odd one or two places. I mean, like the Tidley's quite a good one, for instance. You can go there and you can be anywhere in that vicinity and you can talk to anybody. And other places you go to, and like some people will sort of blank you. But it just seems a little bit of a lull. It's not as some little places. What do you call it? It's a little bit quiet or something. I don't know if it's something like missing.
I don't know if it's people's mentalities at the moment.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone. I don't care who it is. Everyone's got something going on.
Oh,
at the moment.
Easy.
And it's almost. It's very easy to put somebody down rather than support them. I think.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people like to put people down.
Yeah.
But I must admit, with what I've seen this year of bike nights, if we're not careful, I don't think there'll be many bike nights.
Yeah. I think there's the odd occasion, and I've witnessed it myself, where some people they'll moan about someone having a bit too much fun or going a bit too much over the top, and then like a week or two later, they're doing it. And then you get someone else moaning because it's like a different category of people doing it. So then someone else is moaning about it, and then it's like before long, it's just like a lot. Like obviously, police people like moan about the police, and it's just like, well, if you sit there and every time you leave the same place, you take off at like God knows what home speed, revving the shit so your bike's is loud. Where do you think the police are going to be coming?
But this is what I don't get. And it does gripe me. If someone politely asks you to leave, quietly,
why?
And I mean politely,
yeah.
Why do everything in your power to grind against it?
Yeah.
Because all you're going to do is you're going to ruin a bike night, a company that is their livelihood.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, they've got to live, they've got to pay the bills just like anybody else.
But I think the biggest thing is the reputation.
Yes.
You tarnish the reputation
of everybody, like of the building, but then of bikers themselves.
It's what I'm trying to change people's mentality.
Yeah.
That bikers, for a small minority of, and a perfect example, the police. So, with mountain bikers, a small minority tarnish us.
Oh God, yeah.
As we're all idiots.
Yeah.
So there was an instance at the Tidley.
Yeah.
Where the PCSO loves bikes, loves being part of the community. So every now and then he pops up and he says hello and he looks at the bikes.
Yeah.
So he was parked up, and then later on the Facebook group, what are the cops doing here? Sod the cops, this, that, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Well, wait there, you're tarnishing the bad cop that you've had a bad experience with.
Yeah.
As a mum.
Yeah.
I have no issue with cops.
No.
At all.
I mean, I've met the bloke in question. On about it, and he's a sound bloke. He's all right. He's sound.
But it's very quick.
Jump on and judge people and like say,
so why?
Yeah, down people. Yeah,
why?
Yeah.
And it's the whole point of, well, one of the points of True North is we're trying to change that image. Yeah. And it's, but we're trying to change it, and we're kind of fighting a losing fight when people are not.
I think it's also like you said before, because like even he's a nice, like I said, he is a nice bloke, and then it's like someone saying, oh, if he's nice, what do you want? It's like he can't just be a nice person. like you said beforehand, it's just like people think, oh, well, if he's being nice, he must want something.
But he's a spy.
Yeah,
he's looking out. He's trying to find illegal stuff. He's trying to do this.
Yeah.
He's just coming out. He's just having a look.
100%.
And like Montford Bridge, I have never known cops to be at Montford Bridge. Ever.
No, not right.
The last 2 months there's been undercover cop cars and bike cops and marked cars without fail on the A5.
Right, yeah. That's further up past the Dobby section.
Yeah, and before that.
Oh, was it before that?
Yeah, leading from Montford Bridge.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm sort of leading towards, that people, us, are ruining the bike lanes.
Yeah. But then also the people who moan, where's the bike nights gone? And it's just like, well, you can't have it both ways. You can't prat about. You can't like play with fire. You get burned. It's simple as, isn't it? Yeah. So if you're going to prat about, then you're going to close you down. And you can't have it both ways.
No. And I mean, the other thing is, within the bike community now, is that when I was first starting out, and to be fair, it wasn't even that long ago. When I was first starting out, every now and then I'd put a video on different groups, different chats. Never get a like, never get a comment. In fact, the comments that I did get were all negative.
Right.
But now, they want us to join on.
Yeah.
Which is cool. It's wicked that they're starting to see that could be involved in change.
Yeah.
But there needs to be more of a change.
Yeah.
Because if not, if we don't start protecting the bikes and the mental health and people's businesses and all that, I do think in the next 3 years, the bike community would be a really sorry place.
Yeah. I mean, just the other day, there was a news article saying one of the towns close by was going to actually ban
Newcastle on the line.
Yeah, was going to try and ban group riding and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I mean, like that if that come in, that would shut down bike nights completely.
Bike nights, but it also the businesses would suffer.
Yeah.
But also people would just stay away from the town.
Yeah. And it would affect other areas.
Oh yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
Very much so. And it's like people think that the police, the government, whatever, they've all got this big plan just to go, well, sod your bikers.
Yeah.
It's actually us
making it for
that are causing the issue for them.
Yeah. I mean, regardless of what we do, there'll always be one or two bad eggs.
Yeah.
It's the same everywhere. Yeah. Because you have like obviously the bike thieves and stuff like that, like, which are the scum that will just do something and they don't give a shit about that thing because that's not what they're about. But we get tarnished because all they see is the bike. Mm-hmm. The people don't know, that twat just went and nicked it. They just see a biker being an idiot.
Yeah.
So I thought there'll always be that one bad stigma, bad egg.
But the thing is, that's life, isn't it?
Yeah.
Good and bad.
Precisely, yeah.
There is no good without bad.
Yeah.
There is no light when it's dark.
Yeah.
And it's part and parcel. But at the moment, everything's dark.
Yeah.
Everything's bad. And it's trying to make the change to make everything better, and more positive again.
Yeah.
One good deed. Just do one good deed.
Yeah.
Because you don't know that one good deed to one person will do that the next day.
Yeah, definitely.
And the community is a better place for it.
Yeah.
I mean, Quat Calf, that went on Sunday.
Yeah.
That was quite emotional to see that go.
Yeah.
Tony's Diner over the other side.
Yeah.
That's going. That's what to say. Obviously, other people have started the pit stop bannery.
Yeah.
That'll be a place to go.
It does look really good.
Really
hopefully,
good.
we'll get a podcast there as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
That'd be a good place to go.
Very much so. Yeah. Mark and all the boys down there are absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
But if we don't start looking after the community, bike community, but just the community in general as well, soon, I do think that the bike life will be a sorry set.
It almost needs like everybody to join a group as such. Just to someone, like, you can have someone to say, look, just calm down a little bit. Almost, not necessarily all under one group. I'm just saying, but if they just people had the right to, like the decency to say to someone, just ease off a bit.
But see, I love the fact that there's a diversity in riding groups.
Yeah.
I genuinely love the cliques.
Yeah.
I don't think it needs to be riding groups and rules and regs. I just think it's the old ways of bringing respect back.
Yeah.
You got all the boys up in Rebel Riders and the 1000 KC Club.
Yeah.
They ride fast, they ride hard, and their bikes are stunning.
Yeah.
Fair play to them. If you want to ride the bikes hard and fast all the time, crack on, do it. But just be respectful when you're doing the bike nights.
Yeah.
Because the bike nights are people's businesses.
Yeah.
People's livelihoods.
Yeah.
It's the memory.
Yeah.
The fondest memories I have of my bike life is storing me petrol.
Yeah.
on Turnhill A41, but that got tarnished because everybody was popping wheelies and dying.
Yeah.
And it just
and it's also like rev bombing. Like,
yeah.
Especially like a little place like this. We've got houses all around.
Yeah.
And all right, they've situated themselves here, but they haven't asked you to rev the shit out of your bike. So again, respectful.
Yeah.
There are main roads you can open your bike up to within 2-3 minutes of leaving here.
This one's a perfect example.
Yeah.
So Dragon Soul has obviously been going for a year.
Yeah.
They're a new calf. They're finding their feet. If people don't know Newport's quite a clicky place.
Yeah.
They're very opinionated.
Right.
So for a biker calf to come in, it's massive.
Yeah.
It's huge. Nat and Alex have tried very hard to be part of the community.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, to be fair, they look like they were doing all right so far.
No, they've done great.
When we first come in, it was full of people, and they were all cars.
Yeah.
There was no bar mine. There was no bikes there. It was all cars.
No, bike,
people
car,
are obviously welcoming. Yeah.
Very much.
So they've done definitely something right.
But that can get tarnished within one bike night.
Yeah, easy.
One bike night. That's all it is. One bike night. Piss off 3-4 neighbours, and the trouble is, the neighbours and the houses will override businesses.
Yeah.
Because they live here.
Right.
It's their right.
Well, 100%. Yeah.
So this can get shut down, and Nat and Alex have got children.
Yeah.
They've got bills to pay.
Yeah, definitely.
And I know that they've struggled.
Customers to deal with next door with what he does there.
Yeah. And that can all go, and you can ruin a family's life.
Yeah.
Just by not respecting the wishes in the area.
Yeah.
That's it. And you are literally half a mile up the road, and you can do what you want.
Yeah.
And it's half a mile.
Yeah.
And
it's like what we were saying before. It's like the need and the consumption of wanting something, and then also, just not even having the patience. It just, like you say, it's half a mile, and then you can just open it up and go, and you're not hurting anybody.
No.
But like you say, with just a few bad eggs, that you could easily just one bad egg can just ruin it. Yeah.
And that's the world that we live in. I mean, True North. Everything going on in True North. I mean, realistically, everything that I built that can go in a day.
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't know. Say if I go out on a ride out and I kill somebody.
Yeah.
By my decision.
Yeah.
I've said from day one that if anything ever happens because of True North or hurts anybody in any way, I'll wind it up.
Right.
Because it's not worth it.
Yeah.
It's not worth it at all. And this is why I'm so meticulous about doing things and doing it right.
Yeah.
Because I do not want to hurt anybody.
No.
I want
no one does really.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
But that's why I do everything probably myself and keep everything on my shoulders. Because if that decision's made and it's the wrong decision, it means it's got to deal with it.
Yeah.
It's not anybody else. Then.
Yeah, because it's hard to put that pressure on someone else, but then it's hard to think. You also, on yourself, you think, would I have done that? Would I have done that decision? And then you're always second guessing and everything.
Yeah.
And then sometimes if you do put them other people in that position, and then they think to you, they're like, oh well, you always like micromanaging me. Just leave me alone.
Yeah.
So if you don't allow it in the first place,
no,
you're not gonna be in that situation, are you?
I mean, every situation, every scenario that I'm in, I think of 10, 15 situation scenarios.
Right.
And it's pros and cons.
Yeah.
I shook for the Distinguished Gentleman ride that we did in May, I think it was.
Right. Yeah.
I shook down Shrewsbury for half an hour.
Yeah.
But I did that within 4 hours' notice.
Yeah.
We went out Saturday night, we recorded it for half an hour. I'm like, right, okay, this is the route that we're taking. And on Sunday, I literally took all the nights round, told everyone, right, this is where you need to be, this is where you need to shut everyone down. And I actually got everybody to Sleep Airport 50 minutes earlier than what they originated.
Oh, fair play.
Because it just went that smooth.
Yeah.
And it's, as long as it goes right and it's smooth and there's no accidents, win.
Definitely. I think it's planning as well, isn't it?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. Because people, you just say, "Oh right, well tomorrow we're going to go through here," and it's like you can't just do it tomorrow in the blink of an eye. If you've not done it before, you don't know what you're doing. You can't just we'll do this.
No.
And other people have got other businesses.
But then it's also knowing as well strengths and weaknesses within people.
Sorry.
It's also knowing strengths and weaknesses.
Oh, yeah.
So I know who my side gunners are.
Yeah.
And every now and then, so say if people are not confident in leading the pack,
Right.
every now and then on an easy ride, I'll go, right, you're leading the pack today. What? Go on then.
Yeah.
And it'll build their confidence up and show them. And we've got a young lad, he's passed his test now. So he was 125, gone and passed his test. Well, he's up and coming night.
Right.
So he's now going to start stopping traffic where it's safe to do so. High vis, tail gunner, side gunner. He'll learn every single spot. And then once he's done all that, we'll see if he can be a nut.
Nice. So, well, fair play.
Sweet.
Right then. Well, thank you very much for coming. That's brilliant.
Anytime, mate.
And like I say to everybody, be safe, stay out there, and if you're out there, drop a gear and disappear. We'll catch you again.
Before we flip the visor up, we would really like to say the biggest thanks to Dan for really supporting us at our beginning. It's very much appreciated, as is and the other Knights of True North's work in the community and championing mental health. Thank you to Dragon Soul for letting us use your amazing venue for the podcast. If you're ever in the area, do yourself a solid and swing by for a coffee and check out some of their latest custom projects. Last and definitely not least, thank you for checking the new podcast out. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. Till the next one.